Okay, folks, we are back on the Isle of Dorn. Sorry we didn't have a chance to get to streaming here earlier. I had some area difficulties. The internet was down in my area, and unfortunately, I was not able to go online. Unfortunately, but we are here now. I took care of some general business prior to coming to this area. We are now arriving at the Fallside Outpost. We are meeting somebody by the name of Urtago. Let's see, somebody by the name of Korgran. It was my duty as a caretaker. I have to do it before I shut down. Urtago says, "No, let me take care of the kobolds. This is the least I can do for you." All right, so this is our side quest area where we got to take out some kobolds apparently in this area.
Communication in... Oh, sorry. Hello?
Alright. And...
What path brought you here?
Korgran. This guy's name. And his first words to you are, "Huh? Do I know you?" "No." "Good. My memory isn't what it used to be. I am Korgran, caretaker of Mourning Rise, place for Unbound who are ready for their final shutdown." I like how the death of Earthen is just shutting down, apparently. Well, you know, it's a half man, half machine kind of thing, apparently, or half man, half rock, I guess in this case. "Those who come here for their final moments do so to break the Titan cycle and to be remembered as the Unbound they chose to be. Unless your kind experiences stasis lock as we do. I'm not sure what help I can give you." All right, new quest
Follow no directives
before I depart.
own.
He says, "I can feel my energy reserves depleting. I will soon not be able to execute my duties. That is why I have Urtago here to take over. Before my systems grind to a halt, I must make sure Mourning Rise is free of kobolds. They have invaded the memorial site I tend and plunder the unbound shrines and bodies that are there. Maybe it is good you are here. You may have the strength to help us. Please help Urtago rid the site of kobolds. So, take care of the kobolds."
Our lives are our own.
He said, "Do you have explosives?" "Don't worry, Korgran, I have more than enough. I don't want you to return chipped and cracked. I'll be careful. I wouldn't want to leave you alone with no one to take care of." Alright, so this is the caretaker is Korgran, his assistant is Urtago. Oh, I have a glyph in the area. Bear with me. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. Bada bing, got ourselves another glyph. Yoink! There we are. Oh.
Tell me, what drives you?
Alright, Urtago says, "Look at what these kobolds have done." She sighs heavily. I am happy that Korgran hasn't seen this. He needs to rest and conserve his energy. That may stave off his shutdown a little longer, at least until we finished here.
Let's commit our meeting to memory.
Korgran still calls himself the caretaker, but I'm the one who has been taking care of Mourning Rise for some time. I don't mind, Korgran is very kind, but the situation here has gone away from me. We have some work ahead of us. You know, I can't help but think that this is possibly, and this is just me spitballing here a little bit, this quest could be a little passive aggressiveness of the writer. Because I have seen writers do this before, where they say, "You're the one in charge, but I'm the one doing all the work." That is oh so true in so many jobs. And people get a little annoyed about not being given their proper due. You know, they're not given their flowers. So this sounds to be a something along the lines of he's in charge, but I'm the one doing all the work, kind of thing. Because we've all been there at some point where we were doing the work and the boss was taking the credit.
May your choices return you here.
Alright, next quest. Honor their memories. Take these gifts and place them by the past caretakers. Each is a gift honoring their memory. I'd also like us to perform some light groundskeeping to at least maintain the site. That's groundskeeping on the site, so busy work. Unfortunately, what these kobolds are doing to the memorials will take us weeks to fix. Please do what you can about the kobolds. It would be unwise to leave the gifts unguarded while they are still roaming the area. Okay. So, eliminate the kobold infestation and place gifts near the shutdown. Okay.
Our lives are our own.
We have to deal with these kobolds and place gifts before we can move forward. Well, that's exactly what we'll do. We got a whole patch of them here. Alright. Knock you guys out. Sure was easy. Deck of cards placed. Oh, well, let's read the epitaphs. Somebody made it. So a deck of cards was placed in front of. Let's see. This black looks older than the others, and so does the earthen standing above it. Even so, the cracks on his head and belt seem recent, as do missing parts of his leg and gems. In remembrance of Caretaker Radok, struck down while protecting Mourning Rise from Nerubians. He was beloved by all his sect. Known as a brave fighter, he was no fiercer than when he played his favorite card game, Resonance. This will always be an enemy chair. There will always be an empty chair for him at his sector's game table. So the man was a gamer in real life. He loved his card games. So you leave the deck of cards for him. That's nice. That's kind of nice. And over here, the other one, this epitaph, we placed an earthen figurine for this one. It was the earthen above this. Okay, the earthen above the flag was wearing Stormrider armor. So we got a fallen Stormrider, it seems. But most of it has been removed by force. The earthen has also been bashed in the face by a blunt object. That's a shame. In remembrance of Caretaker Bagder, once a celebrated Stormrider, she was discharged from their ranks when she turned away from Oathsworn beliefs, a lover of fine cinder brew and gems. She was a ardent Stormrider and Caretaker. Okay. So we got somebody that was a lover of cinder brew. Okay, we got one more place over here. And we'll go ahead and we're gonna take out these candle-loving weirdos. Alright, place a precious gem in front of this guy, in front of his epitaph, and as we look, it says, this shutdown earthen was noticeable, has noticeable damage all over his body. There's new damage on his left arm where gems are missing from his bracer. So, gems are missing off of the guy. That's some tomb plundering going on right there. Makes you think somebody is stealing jewels and valuables off of the shutdown earthen. Certainly not cool. Maybe we have to find that guy at some point. In remembrance of Caretaker Ogden, known by his unit of friends for striking a victorious pose when he won an argument, may he rest victoriously as farewell to you, my good Ogden. Okay, let's go ahead and head on back. And I'm back to Urtago. Alright, she says, I am amazed how much damage the kobolds have done to the site. So many shut down Earth and desecrated. I know that I am not yet the head caretaker, but I take full responsibility for this. I should have asked for the mantle of caretaker long ago when Korgran started to show the first signs of memory override and stasis lock. Yes, I should have taken over for the old man before his mind started to go.
Returning to task.
Alright. And we got a couple new quests from Urtago. First, laws apply to all. She says, desecrating a memorial site is one of our greatest taboos in Earthen society. This site is a window to our past, into our memories, and a place of self-reflection where we can commune with those who are no longer here. Still, so many of these kobolds infest Mourning Rise for their crimes. The kobolds deserve the harshest punishment. They must be culled even further. So, slay the kobolds.
May all paths be open to you.
We'll have to take out 12 of them. Alright, so it's we're going under the assumption that the kobolds have been stealing the gems off of the fallen earth, and they're the ones that are desecrating the graves, shall we say. Alright, the next one. You no take plunder!
Follow no directives but your own.
Reminiscent of all the way back in Vanilla WoW when the kobolds in the Jasperlode mine would say, you no take candle! Alright. And she says, it looks like the kobolds have taken gems and other body parts off these shut-down earthen. Abominable, yes, we did speak about that. Find where the kobolds are hiding their plunder and bring it back to me so I can return it to its rightful place later. This vandalism will not go unchecked. So recover the earthen belongings wherever those may be. Okay. Oh, accidentally pulled a couple enemies here. Just get rid of the trash real quick. Alright, let's go ahead. Fly over here. Okay, so probably hiding in the gems here. Oh, and I gotta do the buffs when I have a moment, as soon as I knock this one out. And there's a pile of earthen belongings right there. A random foot was right there. That was fun. Alright, bear with me while I just eat really quick here. Get that food buff going. I always like looking around these areas just to see the artwork that they did in some of these side rooms. Like the shield on the wall there. That's a nice touch. This is an outpost that has just been overrun. Those nasty little kobolds. Don't worry, we're taking care of that. I'm sure the delve in the area is a kobold delve. Just like the one in the Hungarian area was the mushroom people delve. Oh, we got a little thing over here. What is that? That's kobold pickaxe. Alright, that's a specialty item of sorts. Might be profession upgrade. Go ahead. Check this out really quick here. Oh, yeah, that's probably a mining upgrade. I'm willing to bet. Ah, snap behind me. Little boogers. Alright.
Far away.
Where are we? Oh, there we go. Oh, we got a couple of things. That is a... Oh, that's a... What is it? Oh, it's a two-handed axe. Oh, fun. Alright. Binds to warband equipment. Alright. But I got some pretty strong weaponry already, so I don't have to worry about equipping that. I'll just vendor that when I have a minute. There. One more. Knockout. It's right over here. Still strong enough to the point where I can take on a handful of trash here and not have to worry about suddenly getting killed out of nowhere. Don't have to worry about any enemies one-shotting me just yet. I haven't seen too many enemies come along that have that one random ability that can just one-shot you out of nowhere. You know, and it's not necessarily the enemies. Sometimes it's just picking up an item. You know, oh man, my herbalists in Dragonflight, when I was picking up the rousing decay in the in Iskara, or near the Iskara area. If you picked up, for those of you that are not familiar with it, herbalists would pick up this herb, and you had stacks of poison that were put on you, and if you didn't jump to get rid of the stacks, then that poison really took effect right away, and you were dead within like 5 seconds.
What path brought you here?
Alright, so also like, well, I was not made as an earthen of the sword, nor as one who calls for violence. That is the domain. Let's start that again. I was not made as an earthen of the sword, nor as one who calls for violence. That is the domain of the Storm Riders. What these kobolds did is frowned upon not just by us, the Unbound, but by everyone in Earthen society. I am not proud that we had to kill them, but we had to stop them by any means. Yes, so
Returning to task.
I abhor violence, but we did what had to be done.
Our lives
All right.
are our own.
And the plunderer is turned in. She says, "Thank you for doing this." Nods to herself with confirmation as she examines the items. I am relieved. There is much more work to do.
May your choices.
Isn't there always much more work to do? She moves on, saying, "This infestation is worse than I thought. I didn't want to escalate this, but I see no other way. The kobolds must learn their lesson and never come back." And we have 2 new quests here, and we will start with Cutting the Wick.
Let's commit our meeting to memory.
She says, knowing kobolds, they will have several workmasters, or leaders, running this raid. Find and eliminate these so-called workmasters. The rest of them will get disorganized, forget where they are, and hopefully just leave us alone. So, find and slay the kobold workmasters.
Journey forward.
And the second quest is The Great Collapse. She says, now that we landed a mighty blow, it is time to make sure that we block their tunnels so they cannot come back. Remember the stuff that Korgran asked about? Explosive sticks? His recipes? Dynamite, in other words. I have brought enough to shake a mountain, and more than enough for the kobolds. Help me show these kobolds that we will fight for what is ours, so they will never come back.
Follow no directives but your own.
There's one thing bullies hate, it's people that fight back. I know a little something about. Trust me on that, folks. I digress. Let's move on. Alright, so let's see what we got. So we have... Is that something? No, that's just something sticking out of the ground. Okay, so this is... Huh, that's odd. Was I given an item? Oh, here we are. Okay. Usually these items kind of pop up on the side, but let's go ahead and we'll put that just at the bottom right there. So it's easy to access. There we go. That gets rid of one tunnel. And there's a Workmaster. That's a big baddie right there. Let's go ahead and knock this one out. I burned your wick! That doesn't sound like a kobold. The kobold sounds with, I burn your wick! My candle extinguished! Oh, take out a mole! Take out a mole! Yes. There we go. And I swear, every single time I think of moles, all I ever think about is that Austin Powers film where Fred Savage plays the mole who has a giant mole on his face. I'm all out of candles. And you're all out of breath.
Have a target.
This place ours. No, it's not. No, it's not yours. We're taking it back.
Need a target.
Hairless the Menace. Hairless the Menace. I can only assume that is an homage to Dennis the Menace. Candle is all yours. There we go. Now we're not. And on a little side note, just because I have not mentioned this yet, at least I don't believe I do, I have put away my dragging riding mounts, and I have since that option to do sky riding is now with all flying mounts, I have it on one of my other dragons. This is the Drake of the Four. I believe this is the Drake of the Four Winds. I believe, yes, the Drake of the Four Winds. And where does this one drop from? In case you guys happen to like this mount, for anybody that may be watching this. Let's see. Mounts. And Drake of the Four Winds. Alright, so this is... It's a drop from Ishak in Urdu. I don't remember getting this one. This is probably one of the ones I just completely forgot about doing. You know, I've picked up a good number. You know, I'm not an avid collector of mounts per se, but I do try to get as many of them as I can whenever I can get them. There's over somewhere between, I want to say, around 800 mounts that are available for this thing now. A lot of them have come out over the years, and I've got I'm at 571 right now. I did happen to get a whole lot when a whole lot more when Pandaria Remix came around. I was so glad to finally get this one right here, the Son of Galleon. So happy I finally got that one, because I never could ever get that one to drop from Galleon all my years of playing. But I finally got it with the remix. Anyway, we are moving on. Let's go ahead and turn these quests in. Alright, so to Urtago.
A new experience.
Turning and cutting the wick, she says, eliminating the mines behind the operation will only buy us more time. And when the kobolds decide to do this again. Unfortunately, there is still one more kobold brain that we have missed until now. Alright, so the big boss kobold that we'll have to take out in a moment here. The other one, the Great Collapse. What did I tell you? I felt the tremors from back here. That's the dynamic quest, and that's all she has to say about that. And the final quest for this probably quest line over here is who runs this fine establishment? And it's someone by the name of Grand Heister Bach, apparently. While you were dealing with the tunnels and the workmasters, I saw a peculiar kobold go into a cave to the northwest. The kobolds seemed to respect him more than the others, calling him Grand Heister Bach and offering him the food you call cheese. And this makes me think he is the real mastermind. that kobold is in fact the real ward of this operation, then we should take the opportunity to strike him down. I will meet you at the cave. Alright, so slay Grand Heistra Bach. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. She says, I will scout ahead and meet you at the cave. Alright. You do that. So that's just right here. This little side cave right here. There's the Grand Heister. This is what your lair's at. You got a nice looking lair here, buddy. Dead earthen don't need loot. It belonged to me. Oh, no it don't. Not anymore. It's... We're taking you out, pal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Greedy earthen keep loot for themselves, while I loot you. I'm just going to kind of glance around here, just to see the lair of this guy. It doesn't look half bad, actually. It's some nice work inside this little lair. Yeah, it doesn't look half bad at all. Alright. Well, that is that, and we turn into Urtago, who is just outside. I say it is done. And she says, so much death. I am glad this is over. Meet me back at Fallside Outpost. I hope Korgran is alright. Korgran is alright. Alright. Well, that's... I hope he's alright. Well, which means he's... How much you want to bet me? We're gonna go back and he's shut down. He's passed away while we were doing all that work. Mourning Rise is a sad... No, he's still alive. Okay, Mourning Rise is a sad place, and not where I want. But Mourning Rise is the traditional place for final shutdowns. Did we become unbound from the Titans just to be bound by traditions? Yeah, they bound by other people's rules, and now you're bound by your own. This is very true in a lot of society. You know, there's how many times? I mean, think about it. You know, not to get all Americana here or anything, but just kind of a random thought. I mean, think about it. 1776, we freed ourselves from British rule. We were under the thumb of those folks. You know, we were very proud to be free of their rules and their dominion over us. But now we are, in many ways, so many of us are slaves to our own government. So, just history unfortunately repeats itself sometimes. Alright. Turning in the quest, she says, I'm happy to see you, Pavdalia. Now, I feel my inner workings grinding. That's a sign of anxiety. Korgran nears his shutdown with every passing moment, and then this place will be under my care. It is a lot of responsibility, but I believe I am ready for it.
Journey far.
And Korgran has us. Well, maybe this is going to be his final quest that he gives us.
A new experience.
Alright.
Returning to task.
One more tradition.
Goodbye.
Okay, so he's about to shut down. Probably this is going to be the last thing. Before I shut down, I must craft an item that is meaningful to me. As a stonebound, I worked the mines. I had a lantern I made and used until I lost it and it collapsed. I became unbound shortly after. I wish to forge a new lantern to guide my way through these final moments. The lantern was made of an ore found in small amounts around this area. I used a charged ore in the lantern. You can find them in the storm fangs that roam these hills. Gather the materials and I will forge the lantern. So gather 5 ore, 5 charged ores. All right, so we're gonna make a lantern for Korgran here. One more thing I must do before I shut down, he says. Unbound master of a profession bestows their apprentice with their knowledge and experience. So passing the torch. It is a ceremonial tradition that is rather symbolic than spiritual in nature. I will set the forge for your return. Alright, so passing the torch quite literally. He's probably going to set the forge, and then I'm probably sure, going to light it with the lantern that we make for you. A little bit of ore right there. And here's one of my phalanxes, or flanks. How do you pronounce that? Phalanx. Phalanx? Is it phalanx or phalanx? Phalanx. I'm not entirely sure, so we'll just say phalanx. Or no, we'll say phalanx. Phalanx sounds correct. And these are the mounts that are from the Kyrian in Bastion in the Shadowlands. I know not too many people are huge fans of most of Shadowlands, but I really did like the T-Mogs and the mounts that you could get in Bastion. They were very, very cool. There's a swarm thing. Okay. Awesome. Alright, when I come back, when I redo these quests on my hunter, I'm gonna have to remember these guys. I wanna tame a storm fang. Get a little bit more beef in the process there. How much beef do I have? Got 21 pieces of beef, so I'll be able to start pulling the ingredients from those for cooking eventually here. There's another core. Let's see. These. Up. One more core and we'll be good to go. There we go. There's our final core. Alright. Okay, back to our friends. And I don't see them anywhere. That's not a good sign. Alright. Oh, they're still inside. Okay, so he's in here. And it's just something random right here. Korgran's request. Urtago, these written words are my memoirs, indicating my will and my wish to follow the path of Kriegwald. like many Unbound have done before. So this is his last will and testament that he's leaving behind for us. This is my request for final shutdown. It's my choice, my decision, the last chain I shatter to become truly free of the Titan's grasp. I know that when time comes, you will honor it and grant me the final moment of peace. I do have one wish that is outside of traditional course for a final shutdown. I wish to be left by the shore in the place of travel to when I need some time for myself. I am aware that this is not what we do, but I implore you to consider it when the time comes. So, it's kind of the final wishes of scatter my ashes kind of thing, I guess. Do you, let's see, do not worry when it does. Mourning Rise would be in good hands, your hands. And you'll forge your path well, Korgran. Very nice. Very well written. Whoever wrote that bit right there, well done. So congrats to that member of the writers' room.
Communication in... sorry.
Alright.
Hello.
Korgran says, I can feel it. It's a shadow hanging at the edge the edge of my memory. It is growing, encroaching on me. It is a dark fog that shadows parts of who I was and who I am. My body is hard to move, but there is work to be done. I do love making things. I was a stonebound. Did I tell you that? We used to tend the buildings in the city. So he's starting to go. I can take joy in making the lantern. Yes, the lantern.
Let's commit our meeting to memory.
Alright, these will do nicely. Now, hopefully I can remember how to forge a lantern. Oh, you may have to help him.
And safe.
Okay, forging a memories. Before it's shut down, Re-Earthen would descend to the awakening machine below and renew our cycle. But now, even if it was still working, I would see my cycle broken and be remembered as I am. He lets out a deep sigh. His hands look strong, but they become heavier with each passing moment. The stiffness in my wrists and elbows will not let me carry the items to the forge, so we're going to have to do it. Please add the right material to the forge as I call them out. Of course, this quest will be here somewhere. There's always every expansion. Every expansion call out the ingredient. They call out the ingredient, and we have to add it.
May all paths be open to you.
Okay, so we have coal, core, and ore. Hunter pet in the way, but hopefully they'll not cause too much of a problem here. What am I making? Oh, right, a lantern. A little bit more ore. Wait, who are you? Oh, Alfaria, husband. Yeah, his mind's starting to go, all right. And the lantern is forged.
Tell me what drives you.
It is. It looks like I can't remember. Oh, and we have an engineering recipe as our reward for this. This lantern is absolutely magnificent.
Our lives are our own.
All right, the last journey.
Commit our meeting to memory.
This lantern is perfect. Enough of this. It is time. I can feel my memory clouding. We have to get going. Urtago is waiting for us. They will join us on my final journey to Mourning Rise, where we will conduct the ceremony. He forces a smile. It's nothing fancy, I promise. As I said, it's more symbolic than anything else. My head feels heavy. What was I doing again? Oh, right, meeting Urtago. So, quest objective, wait for Korgran, and then regroup with Urtago outside the Fallside Outpost. And this poor guy is
Journey far.
fading fast.
Safe.
Oh, I feel I need to meet. Yes, outside. Are you here to request my services as caretaker? Yes. Now where did... What is happening? Korgran, are you alright? Oh, he's fading. Who are you? How do you know my name? It is me, Urtago. Please, you are confused. No, I don't know you. Leave me alone. Korgran, stop. You will complete yourself into shutdown. Yeah. You know, this is the... I gotta tell you, folks, this one hits home for me a little bit. I lost my grandfather to Alzheimer's disease. And this whole quest line and him losing himself, very much that. I assure you, very much that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting out of the feels from this quest line for personal reasons. All right, Pelthalion, we have to find Korgran. If he keeps on exerting himself, he will shut down in the middle of nowhere, and it's not safe for him to be out in his condition. He'll be easy prey for the Stormfangs and even the kobolds.
Our lives are our own.
Right. The Lost Earthen. This is horrible. I know I should have been keeping a closer eye on him. Confusion is the last symptom before shutdown. Our memory is finite and starts overwriting. The more an Earthen exert themselves, the faster their energy depletes and they lose memories. Korgran must be scared, not knowing where he is, maybe not even who he is. I am such... Oh, good God, this hits home to me so much like right now. You have no idea, guys. I am such a boulderhead. Pelthalion, please. I think I saw him go east into the trees. Meet me there, up the road. Go find Korgran.
Choices return you here.
All right. She calls out, Korgran, where are you? There must be something we can do. Maybe start by looking for tracks. So now we gotta hunt him down a little bit. Here's our... No, that's an herb. That's not an actual clue. Gotta go find... Here, there we go. There's something. Oh, it's the lantern that he just made. I know that lantern. Is it my lantern? Speak with Korgran.
Our forged paths
Yes!
intertwined.
I remember you. We worked together, didn't we? You are... He pauses and taps his right temple. His eyes squint as he tries to remember your name. Pelthalion! Yes, Pelthalion. What was I talking about? Why are we here? Show the lantern to him. Oh, I remember now. I wanted to craft the lantern so you can guide me to where I am lost. You helped me make it, but I don't recognize you. Everything is cloudy. I can't think. There was another. I can't remember her name. No, he's forgotten Urtago.
Returning to task.
Waiting,
Bye.
you say? For me? Well, I must be important.
Speak
Here?
freely. No directive needed.
I can feel Urtago says, I can feel the build-up of pressure at my core. You outsiders call it sadness. It is hard for me to see Korgran like this.
Follow no directives but your own.
Oh no, Korgran's condition is sliding downhill fast. Showing him the lantern was a good idea. Thank you for guiding him back to me.
May all paths be open to you.
And our next quest is a change of tradition.
Journey far.
She says an unbound earthen can't return to the Coreway, so we have Mourning Rise. But looking at Korgran, remembering our last conversation before, I may not be the Mourning Rise caretaker just yet, but with Korgran's condition, it falls to me to be in charge. As unbound, we made our own rules and traditions, so what if he doesn't want to stand at Mourning Rise? If the seaside memorial is what the caretaker wants, then that's what he gets. Pelthalion, meet me at the shore to the southeast of here. So we're going to meet
May your
these
choices
guys at the shore.
return you here.
Come, Korgran, it's time to go. Oh, who are you? Where are we going? It's me, Urtago. We're going to the shore. Oh, Do I like the shore? Yes, it's your favorite spot to give yourself time to think. And he just says, "Fine." Oh man, this is a heartbreaking quest line right here. This is one sad quest line for sure.
Our forged paths intertwine.
Urtago says, Korgran's journey is close to its end. I need to do a few things to prepare, but I don't want to do any of them. I keep thinking that if I don't, maybe he will be here a little longer, but I know it's time for him to go.
Let's commit our meeting.
He enjoyed the walk, but it has taken a heavy toll on him. Korgran barely recognizes me now.
Our lives are our own.
And there's more to it. Alright, we got a couple more quests. Alright. Quest, Alright. Quest number 1, Cleansing Ashes.
Returning to task.
The Unbound have a symbolic ceremony of cleansing. We perform it before a shutdown. It is a symbolic process of purification. For it, we need to gather Ashenfold, a flower that grows around the isle. We waft the smoke of the burned flowers through the fissures and cracks of our bodies to symbolically remove impurities. We are then ready to embrace our final moments. Urtago looks at Korgran with a hand on her chest and her face falls. Yeah, it's all hidden.
Let's commit our meeting to
You know, it's sadness for the fallen master. It's like from Dark Crystal. This is Jen the Gelfling saying goodbye to his master at the beginning of that film. Tools of Declaration is the other quest. As Unbound Caretakers, we have a tradition for when a master bequeaths their mantle to their apprentice, figuratively, of course. To do that, Korgran will need a horn. He would then face me, blow the horn, and the sound signifies his passing the mantle of the Mourning Rise Caretaker to me. Alright, so they, keeping up with tradition, blow the horn to pass the torch. I saw shale horns to the west of here. I would be thankful if you could bring me several of their horns. I will choose one that is suitable. So get 4 pristine horns from those creatures. Alright, let's go ahead and go ahead and get those items. Ashenfold, which is just like Peace Bloom. Like dark unicorns. I like it. I hope we get a mount like that at some point. I need a dark unicorn mount, I think. Be a good mount to go with a Shadow Priest. The music in this area is very reminiscent of the Shire music in the Lord of the Rings films. Well, we are dealing with dwarves after all. Well, that would not technically it would fit a little bit more if we had hobbits, I guess, if you want to be technical about it. But I'm just making an observation. Always gonna get my ore. There we go. Ugh. Come on, just one more pristine horn. There we go. Okay. Quest items achieved. Alright, let's go ahead and fly back to our friends. Hopefully he's still with us for now.
What path brought you here?
Alright. So I was just kind of looking over some stuff here. Okay. Alright, so thank you. I will prepare them for the ritual. And the tools, hands over the horns. These are beautiful. I feel sorry for the shale horns, but there are so many of them around. Like deer. And just in case anybody sees this video and gets angered by me saying that, trust me, folks, I come from a deer hunting family. I assure you, there's a lot of deer in this world. They're in no danger whatsoever of being extinct. Trust me on that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we've rest. Alright, as he departs, our final... Alright, it is time for the ceremony, Pavilion. Please place the bowl of ashen felds by Korgran and then hand him the horn. Once the ceremony concludes, I will be the new caretaker. Then I will have to say a final farewell to my friend. Korgran will shut down peacefully, knowing we were here by his side in the place he loved most, something I wish and hope to have when it is my time. My core is mud, but it is a great honor to stand here with him, and with you. Alright, so, perform the ceremony. So, place the incense. Give the horn to Korgran.
Welcome, Outlander.
This place, sounds of the waves, the sand under my feet. It's bringing together what shards of memories I have left. But there are so many memories I've lost. My inception, my first wanderings of this land. Urtago is right. There is no other place I would rather shut down than right here in the waves. So this is such a sad quest of mine. It really is.
May your choices return you here.
Korgran, bestow the title of Caretaker of Mourning Rise on you. I, Urtago, receive the title with honor. And he blows the horn. That's because this just appeared out of nowhere. Pardon me while I just do this real quick, just for the hell of it. Sorry guys, because you never know, these things pop up out of nowhere and there could be some kind of rare item that we get from them, so we'll just pause for one moment before we conclude this quest line. A crusty Dark Moon card. Use. Tear open for some Dark Moon card. Oh, okay, so these are probably something that leads to becoming a trinket later on. So we're going to hang on to those little guys. Sorry guys, I just can't help myself. Whenever specialty things like this pop up, I need to make sure I get to them before somebody else does. Pesky shallow water. One of these days I'm just going to designate a tune for only fishing. Algari's secret thread. Spin this thread into your Algari lever line, permanently increasing your power perception by 1 when using this enchantment. Oh, okay, so that's something something to weave into a fishing pole, I guess. Okay, that's all taken care of. Alright, so, moving on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So as he departs, what an honor it is to be here, to be present at such an event. You were part of it, and I know that deep inside him, somewhere within Korgran's core, there will always be a living memory of you, Valiant. Thank you. So, for addition to the allied race unlocking, and we get a trinket, which is still weaker than our current trinkets, so not to equip, with just something to vendor, but Urtago bids us thank
May
you.
your choices return you here.
I always liked this spot. I always wondered what was beyond these shores. Here, the ocean will erode my body and take me over the dark sea. My lantern will light the way. Rest for me, and goodbye. And that's it. It's gone. That is how he will be seen from now on, just holding up a lantern. Korgran stands in the shallows, his once warm eyes now locked in a gaze of wonder at the horizon, as his lantern sways with the gentle ocean breeze. A small ornate plaque hangs on the lantern, and it reads, "Here stands Caretaker Korgran in his final shutdown. May his forever rest not be dictated by tradition, rather by choice." I die how I choose to die.
Tell me, what
It is-
drives you?
Urtago says, "It is done. Now it is my time to take care and face the upcoming challenges of Mourning Rise. I will miss Korgran. I think this is going to be my new think-through spot when I need a zephyr of fresh air to clear my head. When I will need a listening ear. Visit the grave of your old friend." People do that in real life now, don't they?
Journey.
The weight of duty. I am now the caretaker of Mourning Rise. At last I feel the weight of this new responsibility on my shoulders. It is a great honor, but one I must prepare for myself. Please, help me complete one final task, and then I will be ready. Meet me back at Fallside Outpost. So, meet her back at the outpost.
Returning to task. Goodbye.
With Korgran shut down, I am the caretaker of Mourning Rise. The Unbound will look to me to protect their legacies. It is a duty I must uphold alone, but before you go, help me one more time. Also, she just says exactly what was in the quest. Alright. I know I went past some mining nodes, but this quest line is running a little long, so I'm just trying to get this taken care of here so we can finish this video off. All right, speak to Urtago.
What path brought you here?
She says, "There's one last task I must execute to formally become the new caretaker. I would appreciate your help. Please take one of our new memorial placards and heat it in the forge." All right, you can quench it in the oil basin outside Temperance. Afterward, my name will be inscribed on the placard. It's an ancient tradition that I intend to uphold.
Our lives are our own.
So, get our placard. There it is, right there. Okay. And get the forge tongs to place it, to quench it outside. I did the work, but never bore the burden. That was Korgran. I thought his strength was part of his directive. Now I know it is something I must learn. If we quench it, she says, "Korgran went into stasis young for our standards. I wonder if it was because of the duty waited upon him. I may need an assistant soon as well. Well, it ain't gonna be me. I got all this stuff to do, friend. Alright, and we are putting the tempered placard over here. She says it is an honor to be a caretaker, but also a dutiful burden. This memento is a reminder of what our work means, of what we truly preserve.
Communication in... Oh, sorry.
You brought Korgran peace in his final moments, and now you have helped me fill his absence. Your aid will not be forgotten.
Let's commit our meeting to memory.
Remember me, Earthen, as part of the Sojourner achievement has now been completed. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the alternate quest lines. So there we go. We have officially passed the torch. We have said farewell to our old friend Korgran, and Urtago has now taken over the mantle. So there you are, folks. That is the Fallside Outpost quest line. We will cut this video here. There's another delve in the area, but I will go ahead and do that outside of the video. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to make you guys sit through that. I will go ahead and do that and take care of some other business around the Isle before we move on to our next side quest line. But for now, as always, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.